England and Pakistan. The opening day of the fourth Cornhill Test match. This is being played at Headingley. Welcome to the highlights. Welcome also to Mnet Supersport in South Africa, who are taking this exciting series. Well, the weather for the start of this match, just a little bit hazy and forecast not all that good. The toss was won by Pakistan. Javed Miandad had absolutely no hesitation in deciding to bat, and these were the two teams nominated by the skippers. England left out of their squad John Childs and Philip Newport. Newport last played here against Australia in 1989, but they included Mallender, a Yorkshireman, back on not quite his own home ground. He's played for Northamptonshire and for Somerset, but he is making his debut. Tim Munton is there, and so too Derek Pringle. Mark Ramprakash comes back into the side. So it's a pretty strong England side, chosen specially for these conditions. Pakistan, well, arguably they have the best side in the world at the moment at both the limited overs format and in test matches. That is a very strong batting lineup and a good bowling team as well. They have included the spinner in contrast with the England selectors. Just to confirm that Mervyn Kitchen and Ken Palmer will be the two umpires officiating. Pakistan won the toss and they will bat. Two wides were bowled by Chris Lewis in his first over. Nothing for him to get too excited about there. And we join play now with the first ball of the second over. Neil Mallender is making his debut. This is his first ball in Test cricket. He's bowling it to Rameez Raja. Well, way down leg side. It's a nice little nervous reaction to striking the pads with your second ball in a test match.
Well, it looks as if Rameez Raja's come in and going to play his shots. That ball just nipping back, but no hesitation of looking to on-drive it, even if it wasn't well pitched up.
Nicely timed. A beautiful stroke. Didn't thrash it. Just leaned into it and eased it away through mid-off.
Well, that's right. These are the best shots at Headingley. Get on that front foot, show the full face of the bat to the ball, and this pitch with a bit of a low bounce, and use your timing. You don't have to use any brute force or try and hit it too hard. Just time the ball. It's usually a very good outfield at Headingley.
No third man, and that is the fast part of the ground. The ball races away on that side of the ground. Perhaps not quite so fast as when it comes down towards the football ground end on the players' pavilion side.
Yes, it was beautifully played, that ball. It wasn't quite to the pitch of the ball, Amir Sohail, but he just waited for it. Danger is at Headingley that the pitch is on the slow side. Other balls won't carry to the keeper, except on the second bounce. They tend to push at the ball. And the line and the length here, perfect. Right off stump, the batsman looks to get forward to play it, and then just at the last moment, you can see he's not going to get it in the middle of the bat, so he just holds his position and lets the ball go past.
It'll be Lewis to come in past umpire Merv Kitchen. Third man, and it'll be four again. Fast outfield.
Well, Rameez Raja, a little bit on the move here. Never gets that left foot too far forward. Just a little shuffle. The pad just outside off stump when he plays the shot. Good shout for LBW. And I think a pretty good decision by the umpire Mervyn Kitchen.
second delightful stroke he's played off Malander. And 2 overs, 1 through mid-off, that through extra cover. Beautiful shot.
Well, he really bends into this. Amir Sohail loves the flowing cover drive.
Yeah, have a look at the ball and see if it's gone out of shape.
See, the batsman, he's not impressed with that, and quite rightly so. Pakistan openers have been batting quite well. They won't want the ball changed, because what usually happens is change the ball does a little bit more and creates a few more problems for the batsman.
Also, the one in Ken Palmer's left hand is considerably darker than the other one, unless it's my aging eyes that indicate that.
Sohail's strengths and wonderfully timed shot. His 4th boundary of the morning.
And after beating Amir the previous ball, here Chris Lewis, bad ball really, and that's what the Pakistanis are really good at. They don't let bad balls get away. And as we see in this one, Chris Lewis pitching it short and wide, giving Amir ample time to bisect those 2 fielders.
Well, how many times did that one bounce? And really this shows an inconsistency in bounce, which so early in a test match is really a problem in a 5-day match. This really shouldn't happen so early in a match.
And this has happened, in fact, in the first over as well. There we see the ball bouncing twice before reaching Alex Stewart. And if that is what's going to happen on the first day, then certainly one would hope that the first inning is going to score the team batting first is going to score lots of runs.
Exactly like that. And Neil Malinder's bowled so well in patches, and then every now and again a half volley.
And there it is, with only 2 fielders on the onside, one patrolling the fine leg and the other one wideish mid-on. No fielder in that region where he pitched the ball, and Amir had no hesitation in going through the stroke, picking 4 more runs. So all the good work that's done sort of gone away in that one bad ball, and that has been the trouble with England bowling throughout the series so far.
That was his best ball of the morning. Fuller length, there was movement.
And beating the batsman, that ball, again, Amir playing inside out, and I think that's where Graham Gooch would like his bowlers to bowl at, give the ball a chance to do something, and also bowl according to the field.
First bowling change of the morning, Derek Pringle. Chris Lewis has finished. Well, if that's a sample of what we're in for 5 days, it's not exactly a batting paradise. Just look at the bounce of this one. It's Pringle's sort of bowling of just about medium pace that's going to cause the problems. First wicket. What a first wicket to get. Neil Malinder strikes, and Amir Sohail flirting once too often outside off stump goes. Nice slip catch, and now Pakistan 34 for 1.
And that's exactly what we have been saying. It wasn't really the ball that got the wicket, it was the bad shot. And I was just saying that Pakistanis were getting the bad balls in which they were dispatching for runs. But here, Amir Sohail playing rather a loose shot, but Malinder that'll give him heart, and I'm sure he'll be very happy and now more confident in the ball a little bit closer to Amir to play that shot, and a good catch by Atherton. It was going low, and certainly that's what England would certainly hope for earlier on.
New batsman Asif Mushtaba. By no means an automatic selection for the first test at Edgbaston, and he's taken his chance well. Is being wheeled into position, and well, it's the first conference, and they'll have a look really at the weather quarter, where the rain's coming from, and in fact they've offered it and the batsmen have taken it, so it's a disappointing break in this first session.
A steady rain before lunch took the players from the field, kept them off for a considerable time, and it's just a little bit grey, and perhaps a few spots of rain on the camera lens. The ball Neil Mallender is polishing at the moment is the second ball used in this innings, although only 36 runs have been scored. First one went out of shape, and they produced another one which was considerably darker in colour. When I said the light was indifferent, it looked to me as though Hick picked that up too early.
Well, it looked a fairly straightforward sort of no, in fact, a bit of injustice. Just in front of Graham Hick. I think, again, this is the problem you've got at Headingley, that the slips have got to come fairly close. You've got to risk missing one or two by being close. Being half a yard close, that'd be a straightforward catch.
Fielded, David.
A nice smile there from David Gower. A loosened up delivery from Prindle, and Mr. Barr went straight through it, and sometimes have shin pads on. I'm not sure that David Gower has when he's feeling in that position.
Missing leg stump, didn't get an edge. Shouts for everything there.
Well, conditions are good for Derek Prindle's ball left-hander. He can make the ball duck back into them, as you see here. That going back in off the seam. Probably just missing leg stump, but still well worth a shout.
That's not where he wanted it. He's off the mark. Off the mark with 2, which he shouldn't have got. The ball was picked up only halfway to the boundary by Munton. With a good series so far, 47, 24, 54 and 88 in 4 of his innings. From the moment he's left the bat, beautifully played stroke. Only strayed in direction, just an inch or two.
Yes, it's a gorgeous shot. It's just a little flip off the thigh. Exquisite timing. Once it gets about 40, 50 yards from the middle of the pitch, it just goes downhill at Headingley.
Two boundaries from this over. Contrasting styles. One a little flick off the pads, and that a full-blooded forcing stroke away off the back foot through cover.
Yes, a bit of width here for Asif Mushtaba. That's what he's been looking for, is a run ball.
That's probably on the replay going to be seen to be going down the leg side. A ball of more full length. Malander hasn't had too many up there in the driving position. Well, interesting, because that was the big leg cutter.
Well, David Gower, who's in this short mid-wicket position, makes a lovely diving stop. He's actually there as well for the catch. It's not just a defensive position.
Bowled him off the inside edge. Malander takes his second, and Pakistan 54 for 2.
He was a touch unlucky here. He played forward, got an inside edge that went onto his stumps. He didn't really do anything wrong, except he didn't get the ball right in the middle of the bat. It just got a touch dark. A little bit murky in its light here at Headingley. It's not the easiest ground to pick up the ball, whether you're a slip fielder or a batsman, just dislodging the bail.
Pakistan captain Javed Miandad, not quite a crisis, but at 54 for 2, and runs have suddenly dried up almost completely. Apart from the fact that was nearly in the middle of the bat, it was quite a useful LBW shot.
See, that's very dangerous. Ramiz Raj, you're turning the face of the bat around to square leg. You've got to play very straight at Headingley.
2300s, 40 50s, and magnificent record. That's a lovely shot. Controlled, almost at the bottom of the bat, but he knew exactly where he was trying to play that.
And that's what is so good about Javed, because he knows exactly what he's doing. And I think one of the things which Neil Malander, when he was bowling at Asif Mushtaba earlier on, and also Ramiz, he was in control, whereas with the arrival of Javed Miandad, suddenly Javed is making the bowler think.
And that boundary takes his average in the series to over 100. Derek Pringle's through, Ramiz Raja goes, playing defensively, but a big gate. There may well have been a bit of bats, but now that's tilted the day's play towards England. Smiling Mike Atherton there, and Pringle, and that third wicket. This was such an important partnership for Pakistan, and Pringle has broken it. 60 for 3. You see, he's played forward defensively. That bat is far enough away from the pad for the inside edge, instead of squeezing back onto the pad to get onto the off stump. So that is the fatal batting error there of Ramiz Raja. You see a big gap, 18 inches between bat and pad, and that really is against all the coaching manuals, and that's what happens if you get it wrong. Salim Malik now joins his captain, and if we thought that last wicket was an important partnership, this one certainly is, because the next man in is the young, inexperienced Inzamam, and then into the lower middle order and tail. So England's tail is certainly up, and 3 good wickets for 60.
And this partnership, certainly the most experienced one in the way these two have to look after the rest of the innings, I think is of great importance to Pakistan.
Well, unlucky bounce, but Pringle will be disappointed. Never a hint of a catch. It was played down, but a very, very lucky way to get off the mark.
Well, Salim Malik, as we all know, is a very good batsman. He's a stroke player, and if it's his day, he's going to get lots of runs on a wicket, which is helpful to the bowlers.
Salim Malik's breakdown there, 10 hundreds, 1950s. And in this series, he's having a very good one. It's nearly the end of this innings. Again, a little bit of movement back, and the indeterminate bounce catches the batsman in no man's land.
Here we see again, I mean, like Ramesh Raja did, his also, although he was on the front foot, but there was a big gap between the bat and pad, and the back left, I think, was huge. And by the time he came down, he got the inside edge, and it was lucky that he didn't play on, because that ball could have hit the stumps. But luckily for Salim and luckily for the Pakistan team, he survives and picks up a single.
No ball called, but looked as though that just about carried, and if it did, then more doubts will be planted in the batsman's mind. He's wanting to get on the front foot.
Yes, it did. I think Javed, although on the front foot, the ball did carry, and it was a sharp one, but as you said, it was a no ball. Derek Pringle has been bowling lots of no balls. I think it's 6th or 7th no ball.
Carbon copy dismissal, and that's the end of Javed. A little bat pad, good bowling by Pringle, and now Pakistan in real trouble at 68 for 4.
Top 4 batsmen out. I'm sure that's not what Pakistan wanted. That's not what Javed wanted when he won the toss and elected to bat. But certainly that particular delivery, a similar one to the one which he bowled previously, that was a no ball. This one wasn't. And here we see Javed doing an identical thing. The ball bouncing a little bit more than it did the previous one, and Javed not waiting for the umpire's decision. He just started walking.
And now it's Pringle again from the football ground. He's bowling to Inzamam. It's one of the reasons Ramprakash Prakash is so highly regarded by the selectors, not only good young batsman, but also a run-saving fielder. No ball called. Brilliant piece of fielding. Save what would have been 4 anyway.
Well, that's one of the reasons why Chris Lewis has so much talent in every department of the game. Absolutely brilliant piece of fielding. Not many people would have got to it. Tremendous. Really hit pretty hard there by Inzamam. Down in the ground, but look at that. Brilliant piece of fielding. Good camera work as well.
Well, several times today we've made the point the ball doesn't seem to be carrying.
Delivery. Moving out off the seam, a little edge, and just short a couple of feet.
Well, Tim Muntman, he's sort of fast medium, gate quicker than Derek Pringle, that's all. He's not really moved the ball as much as Derek Pringle has. So it's very important, if he's not moving it around very much, that his line and length is pretty consistent.
Don't see him drop too much now. That was the good leg cutter from Tim Munton. He's been working on Inzamam. Inzamam coming forward at everything. That would be the advice he's been given, and Munton has worked and worked and worked until he got the ball which would leave the bat. Fatih Makram is the new batsman.
there's no stumps in the way of that. Graham Gooch might, but doesn't, with the slope in the end, the decisive factor.
We see a change now. It's Chris Lewis coming over, taking over from Derek Pringle.
Just angled down, may well have tried to steer it, but perhaps not as fine as that. But another boundary with no third man. And that brings up the 100 for Pakistan. We're in the 42nd over. There's a 1 to go in front of that total. Didn't really get it. Oh, misunderstanding here, and there's a run out. And Salim Malik has gone. In fact, Wasim Akram had gone, he'd run past him, so it's Wasim who's got to go. And what the calling there was, goodness only knows. Graham Gooch was after, it looked to be 2 only. And Salim Malik turned from the non-striker's end and started wandering down for a third, which barely looked on. And in the end, his partner's paid the penalty. The right man's gone, but I'm sure in entirely the wrong way from a Pakistan point of view. 1-1-1 for 6.
Well, that was pretty bad cricket by Pakistan. At least there should have been a big scream of no if Wasim wasn't going to go. But to be both at the same end with a throw from the boundary is a bit ridiculous.
First runs conceded by Graham Gooch. Those 2 runs to get Khan off the mark, and Gooch always in the thick of things. And one remembers here last year him catching Viv Richards out, a beautiful catch over his shoulder, and then that was at long off, then going into slips and catching another immediately. And here he is again. Good effort by Stewart, but clear view of it, and the bails are off quickly, but there was no drag.
Well, this shows the advantage of the keeper standing up to the medium-pace bowlers. You play a shot, many times the weight of going for the shot does take you forward, and there was a drag across the crease there. Didn't actually go over the line, I don't think, but it certainly moved across the crease. You can see the ball just lifted a fraction.
Series and last year as well, we've seen how well Graham Hick catches, and that was wonderfully well done. Unsighted by the batsman being turned around in the stroke, and he grabbed it away on his left. First slip was even more unsighted. This should be a great angle.
Chris Lewis straining half volley or nearly half going down the leg side, and it was a nice pickup shot there by Waqar Younis. Lovely timed shot. Nobody at all on the leg side apart from the short leg there could have come into a position for catching that.
And he's done it again. Graham Hick, that second slip. Clean as a whistle, well bowled by Neil Mallender. Waqar Younis goes, 3 catches for Hick. spinner and late order batsman, comes out at 128 for 8.
To the other end.
And that's the sensible shot. That's the way to play it from Salim Malik.
Now Neil Mallender bowling and Salim Malik on strike.
That's 4 runs. Lovely wristy stroke from Salim Malik.
Well, this was a spanker of a shot. He's obviously looking to score off these last 2 balls in the over. He just gives himself room. He whacks it on the up. That's a short of a length delivery, foot down the pitch, and just hits right through the line.
That brings up the 150, and we're in the 62nd over of the innings.
Salim Malik certainly has contributed quite sensibly to that total of 150, his own contribution being 47.
And that's 50, and of the 20 times that he's reached 50 in addition to his 1000s, I doubt whether he's played a more valuable innings. His teammates know it, the supporters know it, and that has been a splendid innings.
Yes, it was a splendid innings, and not just because he was the only batsman to make more than 25 runs in a day where we lost in all 142 minutes, 60 of those made up by playing on to 7 o'clock. But good knock from Salim Malik, 23 for Amir Sohail, and the rest of the batsmen struggled, as indeed did Salim Malik himself. It was pouring in to the Headingley ground. This is the first ball of the second over. Neil Mallender is the bowler on his debut test match, and Salim Malik has taken strike with 1 run added to the overnight total.
What a lovely shot. No ball called, but the shot was being played anyway, and it was wide of Malik, but a beautiful release. Chris Lewis. Oh, he's got it away. A lucky shot in a way. He was trying to steer it to third man, but the ball moved and beat him. He got the edge, and that brings up the 50 partnership. Comfortably the best stand of the innings. The previous one was 34 for the first wicket.
Well, I think he deserved a little bit of luck here. He played it. He'd seen the second slip go out to gully. There's only one slip there. Deliberate opening of the face. You could say a slice of luck, but I'd also like to give credit to the batsman. He well thought out.
Close if it hits.
Well, it's pretty good fielding by Mark Ramprakash, who had to run around to his left and underarm throw it, but there's a bit of a hesitation here. So just think about it, stop, start, and it's that little bit of hesitation that gives Mark Ramprakash the opportunity. You see, the fielder broke the stumps with his hands. Robin Smith there just catches the wickets with his knee, I think, or the ball came in.
We assume that they can see from there. Pringle, the big boot was not quite big enough.
You just get an idea from this edge shot how quick some parts of the ground are at Headingley. Once the ball goes past, it goes downhill very quickly there.
First time he's got one up this over, and that's precisely what he should have been doing. Picked up the wicket, Mushtaq goes, And it's now 192 for 9.
Yes, a good Yorker. It doesn't matter about the pace of the pitch. Get it right up there, and that's the way to bowl 1 or 2 and over at the tail enders, if you've got any pace at all. Particularly when they're playing defensive, because they see the ball farther up, and then they suddenly pick the bat up a little higher. A little bit of movement there in between bat and pad. That's been a great partnership for Pakistan. 70 runs for that wicket, and really that's a real bonus to them. They couldn't have expected that.
Good cricket from Salim Malik, and a beautiful save out there.
Lovely stuff. He just got the ball flicked back in time before he probably touched the rope.
Here's Tim Munter now, and he's bowling to Aqib Javed. Graham Hick, and I won't say the player can necessarily hold his pace for his fielding, but my word, if I were captain of the side and a bowler, I would want someone in the slips as good as Graham Hick. He has a wonderful pair of hands.
It's a good catch again there by Graham Hick. Able to go reasonably quick for this pitch. They only just pushed at it, but comfortably caught. He really has a good pair of hands. England will be reasonably happy with that at 197. They'll be disappointed when they had them 128 for 8, but at the start of the innings I don't think they would have settled for 197. Pakistan will certainly be very grateful to have got that far. It all depends now on how much these Pakistan bowlers get out of the pitch.
Yes, that will be the crucial thing. The Pakistan bowlers, will they be able to use the conditions as well as England did for much of the time? That card there reflects the ascendancy of the bowlers for much of the time. Salim Malik, 82 not out, and Mushtaq 11, that splendid partnership, which took them past the 150 mark, then to 175 and almost to 200. The bowling figures, the men used this morning: Lewis, Mallender, Munton did well, 2 for 22 from 10.3 overs and 3 maidens. Mallender a little expensive today, finished with 3 for 72. Lewis 2 for 48, and Pringle 2 for 41 from 17 overs and 6 maidens. Well, there was a surprise when the England openers came out. Graham Gooch was there, as is his right, outstanding player in the world at this moment, but he took out with him Michael Atherton instead of Alex Stewart. We join now with the first ball of the 4th over. Aqib is the bowler. He's coming in from the Kirkstall Lane end, and he's bowling to Atherton.
It's a lovely shot.
That's a beautiful shot, and I think that'll give Atherton a lot of confidence.
That's a beautifully timed shot. Beautifully timed shot. Oh, well, when you've got 2 fielders backing the keeper up and the keeper has to go 20 yards away from the stumps, you can guess it's a pretty wild throw.
I think they probably run 6 runs.
I think they have. And all run 6. Well, there'll be a little bit of a pause here while the batsmen get their breath back, but my word, what a chapter of incidents and accidents.
Wasim Akram.
No runs. And even though Graham Gooch is standing out of his ground, when he has to get on the back foot, he does so. Batting is so much easier if there is decisive footwork.
No third man. 4 more.
Well, Pakistan paying the same price as England. No third man. Once it gets past that slips area, either with a full-blooded shot, a steer by Graham Gooch, or a thick outside edge, it runs very quickly down the football stand end.
Slow ball. Full toss. 50 partnership.
Giving that a bit of glory, Dooley. Just a lovely flick of the wrist. And I swear the ball was through that cover field before they moved a muscle.
Well, that was straight from the coaching book. Beautifully timed shot off the back foot there by Gooch. Well, it might be a slow wicket, but that was a quick delivery. It really whistled through, and you can see he's still going pretty flat when he got through to keeper.
So this is the change. Aqib Javed coming into bowl. Big shout then, and a confident shout. Strange walking shot from Michael Atherton. Not out, says Ken Palmer.
And I think here again we'll see that there's not much of a bounce, and it looks pretty straight.
Big swinger there, and beautifully fielded in the gully. Well, I shouldn't say it's your idea, it's your conviction. It's more complimentary than that. But the ball is starting to swing. You can see that swinging in, it's cut a couple away, and we know now Pakistan, above all countries, enjoy bowling with a ball that's not brand new. This ball in its 25th over. Another edge, and this time 4.
Certainly an edgy shot, and it wasn't meant to go there, but although it went for 4, but I think both Javed Miandad and Wasim Akram will be happy with the fact that Wasim is getting the right line, is getting the ball to move.
Well, when there's a wide one like that, there's only one answer, and Gooch had got it. Really was an awful amount of width.
Well, it's a wide half volley. Right up there, it is wide, but the length is so full that Graham Gooch can just get after the ball.
Well, there is the 100 partnership. Wonderful effort. Although Pakistan supporters won't be happy how the bowlers have bowled, a lot of credit must go to the way that Gooch and Atherton came out, straight out of the starting blocks. Javed Miandad sticking with his main 3 bowlers. Waqar Younis now coming on to bowl from the football stand end. Also close, but he does bowl it from wide out, and we need to look there from which part of the crease that Waqar bowled it, and probably wide and probably missing leg stump.
Yes, and it just swung in a bit. He hasn't swung too many. That just swings in a touch in the air. You could see that's missing leg stump quite comfortably.
A wonderful shot. Really was copybook stuff. Wasn't quite a full half volley, but the bat went straight through. Oh, that must be close. That's a very full length, and again the amount of in-swing. It's upset Waqar Younis. That's a beautiful delivery.
Well, the line is so good here in the length, and it just jags away from Michael Atherton, making him fend at the ball with the bat way away from his body.
Racing away for the 50 for Graham Gooch. There's the round armour. Well, that's not going to get you very far, Waqar. Very funny. It's not quite hammered back by Michael Atherton. Just follow Waqar, who picks up and shakes his hands in agony. A little wry smile from Atherton, but it's still 119 for naught. Amusing though it might have been. Well, now, there's the reply. The really cheeky batsman will just give him a wink as he goes past.
And this is the type of wicket to do it on, Richie, as well. Fine innings again there by Atherton. He's played equally as well as the captain. 123 for naught and 50 runs there to Atherton. Yes, you do pick your wickets if you're going to give cheeky winks to quick bowlers. This is a perfect one for it. The trouble, of course, is that the fast bowlers have long memories.
There's a good shot. Well, the bowler lost out in that little exchange.
Well, I've been calling for the leg spinner for the last 20 minutes or more. Got to bowl. Pakistan have tried everything with their three seamers: short balls, swing balls, pace, slower balls, and they still haven't got a wicket.
Oh, beautiful top spinner. Wonderfully well bowled by Mushtaq Ahmed.
Yes, the ball hurrying up and keeping a bit low, and Gooch looking to cut, and he was very fortunate to chop it onto his stumps there. Oh, that must have been close. Couldn't see how that missed. It must have almost gone through the stumps.
Well, that's good bowling. The speed with which this ball goes down really is a lightning quick outfield.
Yes, that delivery, I think, a good one for Mushtaq. Turning, bowled a bit slower than normally, and that ball certainly turned, and Inzamam was unable to get to it.
A bit of a desperation shot, in fact. Was Macram now moving round the wicket.
The attempted Yorker, and that is the far side of the ground. It just races away from the fielder. Whenever it's played on that eastern side of the ground.
Yes, the problem for most of the Pakistan bowlers, they bowl some beautiful deliveries, but then they go an over pitch or under pitch. See, that's a low full toss. Quite easy ball to just pick off for 4.
No doubt about that. Kept low, or so it seemed to me. And I'm not sure to whom we are giving thanks, but it's to someone out there. After all the frustrations for Wasim Akram, finally he's got one through the defence of Michael Atherton. Atherton's having a look back at the replay on the giant replay area here at Headingley to see just how low the ball kept. We can show it to you now.
I think the ball pitched about leg stump, even just outside, and then hit off stump. He played across it a bit, Michael Atherton. You look at his feet, they're pointing straight down the pitch, and his chest on. He's actually turned himself right around.
Robin Smith is the new batsman.
Well, finally, now that Pakistan have got 1 wicket, they really have to concentrate hard for this last hour of play. They could just bowl well, the tide might turn, they might get a couple of quick wickets.
Or they might go for a couple of 4s. There's no telling what goes through these batsmen's minds. First of all, wicket goes down one end. You'd think the captain would block it out a bit and take it steady, and suddenly he's using his feet and he's down the track, plays a glorious shot. It's very interesting watching the man fielding at Silly Point. I just wondered at which split second he's allowed to move in front of the batsman there. That's Javed Miandad. Well, he's allowed to move away, certainly, when a shot like that is played. 2 very forceful boundaries in this over from Graham Gooch.
And at times I've wondered whether Graham Gooch was reading Mushtaq. But he's setting up to read that one.
Oh, what a big shout. And that is dangerous. To play no shot at all. Mushtaq cannot believe it.
Well, it looked like a googly. Pitching nice outside off stump. Did it turn enough? That was the only question there, I would think. It hit his back leg, but it may well have hit his front leg first.
Waqar Younis. Well, that's the true timing that we're used to seeing with Robin Smith, and that's a very fine shot indeed. Through extra cover. Waqar still warming up, I would say. And no margin of error out there.
Well, there's nothing more likely to warm a quick ball up fairly quickly than a shot off the back foot like that through extra cover. That was a tremendous stroke.
Remarkable stuff.
That was tremendous. And I think that's why it is definitely called the super sub.
Well, I'll tell you what, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And Waqar will look at that, the keeper will look, first slip will look, and they just wonder why.
Yes, I mean, as you said, nothing is going their way. That was definitely catchable height, but it bisected both the keeper and the slip. In fact, the first slip is not actually in a proper first slip position.
Well, it was a more authentic stroke.
Yes, more authentic, but I think Waqar is getting frustrated, and it's important that he shouldn't, because we all know how good a bowler he is, and certainly that delivery giving Robin Smith enough to place it on the onside to pick up the 4 runs. But it is important. I think Javed will have to go and talk to Waqar not to get frustrated, and I think Robin Smith not really playing his best. It would be nice to give him another fielder. In England, certainly, well, they're already 1 ahead, and they've got the lead.
And again, the in-swinger, he's burying this beautifully, getting no reward. The bowler can't believe it. The 200 up, those are the facts, but the belief from the bowler is that that 1 wicket, there should be more than that.
Well, I think the reason for giving out is the umpire has given it as a run, so probably he nicked it.
Well, only the inside edge that Mervyn Kitchen saw or heard saved him then, because otherwise Smith was gone. So 200 for 1, and psychologically that means a lot to both sides. Fetch that. Keeper was shaping up for a catch, but he was never going to be within several yards of it. Well, Mushtaq must have thought at last he got a wicket. Rami's out there at mid-on, he thought so, shaping up, and then there it goes. Low ball, inevitable. First ball that hits the middle of the bat usually goes for 4 when a bowler's in this sort of streak.
Yes, it's part 1 of Sod's Law of Cricketana. I can tell you that would happen with Robin Smith and the bowler there. 22 not out, and Gooch unbeaten on 93. Atherton out for 76. Good hand from him, but Gooch quite outstanding there, and only 7 short of another 100 here at Headingley. The bowling figures, there's only 1 man with a single against his name in that 4th column. Wasim Akram 1 for 50 from 25 overs and 9 maidens. 33 from Aqib Javed, who is little used today. Waqar Younis 75 from 17. Mushtaq, I thought, bowled very well considering the conditions. 51 from 21 overs and 2 maidens, and 2 overs of left-arm orthodox non-spin, in fact, from Amir Sohail. So after 2 days of this Headingley Test match, that is the way things stand. Pakistan 197 all out. Of the first over, it's Waqar Younis coming into bowl to Robin Smith, and 2 runs have been added to the overnight total.
That's a typical Robin Smith shot. No more than a defensive lunge and prod, but the ball flew off it straight, and that's 4 runs. This is Wasim Akram. Well, he just leaned on that. Graham Gooch is well up just outside off stump, maybe drifting away, but he leaned, was drawn to the stroke, and he just hit a space in the covers.
I see the pitch is much firmer now, so the ball just come on a little better there. Quite wide-ish that, and Gooch had to reach for it, but timed it superbly.
So Waqar Younis to Graham Gooch, who's on 98. But that's the 100. Thick outside edge, 4 runs to Gooch. His first century against Pakistan and the 17th in his Test career.
Well, there's a little bit about luck about the shot, but there hasn't been too much luck about that innings. That's been a fine innings by Graham Gooch. Tremendous pick-up shot there by Gooch. Tough day for a captain.
Oh, well bowled. And really, he's taken advantage of this wind, which is blowing across towards, from mid-wicket to cover, and the ball's just drifting away. Bowls it beautifully, cutting away.
It was a great delivery. In fact, if you look where that pitched, how much it went. No doubt he had to play at it. It pitched on the line of the stumps.
That's a lovely shot from Smith, and the fielder accepts his fate. Didn't exactly race away, mind you. The fielder decided that was going to be 4, and he didn't make it anything of a contest.
Well, beautiful shot. The ball swinging in again and pitching a bat middle stump, and Robin Smith was so strong and powerful.
Oh, this is high-class bowling. The ball that goes through and lifts, the batsman managed to miss, and those they edge don't carry, and furthermore go for 4.
And that is very frustrating for bowlers, and I'm sure you can see Wasim Akram there. Well, it says everything.
250 up, and England lead increasing all the time.
Aqib Javed, who was really struggling yesterday.
Well done. Hit that very, very hard. And it was beautifully taken out there at cover. The skipper has done it himself. Adam Smith has made 42. He's played and missed on many occasions. 104 balls he's actually faced. But in the end, it was the captain who came up with the catch. And that's 4.
Wonderful power and placement there. That really was an improvised shot, really. Graham Gooch is very strong on the offside, but that was so wide that it needed a lot of wrist work there. Well, he's a handsome shot, and we saw plenty of this from Stewart at Edgbaston. No real effort to hit that ball, just pure timing. That is out. He's got a full toss through. Stewart nailed. It really was. It was more than a Yorker, and Wacker puts his hands together almost in supplication. He's proved what he thinks is a point, but really that was a much different length ball compared with anything that he's bowled in the match.
Yes, he'll be delighted to get his Surrey captain out. Been more or less full toss on the knee. It did go in, and there was a chance of it sliding down the leg side, but Murph Kitchen ruled on the bowler's favour on that occasion.
I wonder how many times in his test career David Gow's got off the mark first ball. shows the pace of the pitch because Waqar Younis dug that one in. Well, this will be the last over before lunch, and Gooch and England in control of the morning, really, because starting the day at 2-1-6 for 1 with Gooch on 93. He's completed his first ever 100 against Pakistan. Oh, and he's been bowled, and that looks like the googly. So that is lunch, and I said Gooch was in control. Well, no longer. The end of him, and that completes a useful morning for Pakistan. The end of Graham Gooch. Maybe a lapse of concentration. Maybe he didn't pick the googly. A good piece of bowling from Mushtaq Ahmed, and he's deserved that because last night he bowled well against everybody. Big reception from the capacity crowd.
I'm sure this would have pitched somewhere near that patch we talked about. Yes, it wouldn't be far away. It was a Google, and well, Gooch never really got forward. He just kind of lolled half forward. A bit of a tired shot, I would say, and that's understandable. He's been out there throughout the match so far. Tremendous effort by Graham Gooch, the England captain.
Graham Prakash is the new batsman, coming in with Graham Gooch dismissed just before lunch. LBW, Ram Prakash, no score. The top spinner, no doubt about that, the quicker one. Going straight on, and the over-the-wrist spinner has triumphed. He's picked up Gooch just before the interval. He's picked up Ram Prakash on what might be termed an injudicious sweep straight after. .12 and 17 innings for those 306 runs. Well, 4 catches in the Pakistan innings. Now a chance to pull around the England batting, which is slumped. 298 for 5. They're only just over 100 ahead. Up for England. Oh, well bowled. What a wonderful Yorker. 303 for 6. I won't say you could see that coming, but you knew it was just over the brow of the hill. Wonderful piece of bowling from Waqar Younis.
That was magnificent. I mean, everything was perfect there. I mean, there's nothing that Graham Hick could have done, because the previous 2 balls, Waqar, the first one was short, the second one beat him almost in the length, and the third one beat him all ends up. There was a magnificent swinging delivery.
The new batsman is Chris Lewis.
Big shout, and that's out. Another wicket falls, and England are really in trouble now. Beautiful late in swing. Waqar Younis keeping the ball well up to the bat. Amazing, really, that Pakistan could labour so long without luck, and suddenly it's all gone their way, and we must say the bowlers have deserved their luck. Well, Derek Prindle, I thought, would hang around for a while. Not many balls. Beautiful bowling. The mixture of the late in-swing, the ball cutting away from the bat, the speed, the length. The world's rated #1 bowler, Waqar Younis.
Certainly justifying that position that he is holding. He has definitely brought this game back to Pakistan, as has happened so far in this series. The Pakistani bowlers have brought Pakistan back into the game, and not a really nice way of getting out, padding up and seeing your off stump being raffled by the ball.
Well, it's an extraordinary collapse, isn't it, when you see David Gower there, 5 not out. That's all he's collected. He's played with some comfort. But what does he do now? I mean, he could never imagine that he'd bat in a test match with Neil Mallender at the other end unless he'd got about 150. And he's 5. Mushtaq Ahmed. And he's got to play some shots. Beautifully played. It was dropped short, but Gower waited. Lovely mixture of elegance and power. The red deal swinger gave it a prod, is off the mark in Test cricket. Waqar can't believe it. Goodbye. Off stump, I think. But half the wickets left intact. The bail's still on. 2 lonely stumps. Divorced from the third. And that's what Test cricket's all about. 313 for 9. Neil Mallender has been bowled.
Well, that's right, and he made the cardinal error of playing back. Did Neil Mallender play back at Headingley? Look, it hits the stump halfway up. You play back at your peril. It better be very short at Headingley if you play back.
Enter Tim Munton. Cracking shot. Well, Waqar gave him some width outside the off stump, and of course, at this stage, David Gower simply has to go for it. But somehow I feel that he would have gone for it whatever.
Yes, and Waqar deliberately sort of running in 3/4 pace at David Gower. He's just sort of bowling within himself, hoping David Gower will get a single, and then he's reserving all his energy to bowl at the tail ender, Tim Munton.
Now he must be saying to himself, David Gower, that's this tall lad the other end, knows a bit or two about batting. Well, 2 balls to go. He walks, little inside edge onto the pad, beautifully caught, and maybe Tim Munton needed a refresher course in batting, but it was beautifully bowled.
Well, I was just thinking, whatever Tony Lewis said, whatever Tim Munton knows about batting isn't a very lot. That's a batting pad from a wrong and a googly. Difficult enough for batsmen. It's nearly impossible for tail-enders to read what the leg spinner is bowling.
Indeed it is, and it was a wonderful sight there to see Mushtaq Ahmed in such terrific form with Waqar Younis. That's just about the most exciting thing you can watch at Test match level, a really fast bowler and a leg spinner at the other end. 320 all out. They lost 8 for 28, England, and the bowling figures accurately reflect what happened. Terrific performance from those 2 men. Waqar Younis, 30 overs, 3 maidens, 5 for 117, and Mushtaq Ahmed, 29.5 overs, 6 maidens, 3 for 60. He took 3 for 9 from the Kirkstall Lane end from 8.5 overs. So at the end of that England innings, that is the situation. Pakistan 197 all out, and England 320, Gooch 135 and Atherton 76, Robin Smith 42, 5 wickets to Waqar Younis and 3 to Mushtaq. England 123 runs ahead, so a long haul ahead of them and ahead of Pakistan as well. It's a good even match. We join the Pakistan second innings with the second ball of the 4th over. 11 runs have been added without loss. Malander is the bowler. Amir Sohail is taking strike.
Out. Stands there, but umpire Kitchen had no doubt. A little bit of bounce, and Malander gets his 4th wicket of the match, the first of this innings. That was a poor stroke, and as a result, first wicket goes at 11.
Well, that's the way that Amir Sohail's played all through the series. He's been flashing outside the off stump, made a lot of runs. He's also played and missed a lot. On this occasion, he just got a little tickle. Did bounce a little bit more than probably could have expected, but it was shortish. Fraction of extra bounce, and Pakistan first wicket down.
Asif Mushtaba, one left-hander replaces another. Nicely timed shot, that'll be 4.
Tim Munton to bowl to Ramesh Raja. That's a good stroke, nicely timed. Always slows up a little bit on that side of the ground, but not enough to save the boundary. Good shot from Ramesh Raja. Derek Pringle comes on now at the football ground end.
That's the 50 up for Pakistan, and coming in the 18th over, so a decent enough run rate. And really, they haven't had to take many risks to get there or had many alarms. Out. Standing, but given. Umpire Palmer gives him out. Asif Mushtaba seemed to think it might have come from something else, but out. And that is the 2nd wicket, and the game tilts back to England, 53 for 2.
Well, this is a funny dismissal because Neil Malander bowling at fast medium, the ball sort of lobs. Pitch is there, it just sort of lobs to second slip. Very easily catchable at slip.
Captain Miandad, and he's the one man who might, if he settles, play the sort of influential innings that Graham Gooch did. The light's not good.
Now, there's no doubt from that replay that the ball hit the toe of the batsman, but as the bat came through, did the bat touch the ball as well? Because if it did, then he's out. Poor ball.
Blow for England, and may well be the death blow for Pakistan. Captain's gone, Javed Miandad. That completes a poor match with the bat for him, and Malander has done it again. 3 wickets, and Pakistan in deep trouble, 64 for 3.
Well, Javed Miandad was furious with himself at playing that shot. He knows he's looking round to the screen to see how he got out. He got drawn with the bat away from his body. There he is, you see, playing back foot. It's way, way away from his body. A little bit careless.
Salim Malik, the hero of the first innings, but there's an even bigger job waiting for him now.
The batsman was very quick to see that the fourth light had come on. Must have caught sight of it out of the corner of his eye. Been offered to them and they'll go off.
Ground now about half full. We've had over 16,000 in here today. Some of them have gone home when we had a stoppage for bad light, and there's still plenty of cloud cover, but quite playable. Well, Salim Malik's reaction to that really said it all. It was wide, it went still wider, but Salim Malik was absolutely furious with himself. Oh, now that must have been so close to off stump. It also didn't get up very high, and for Salim Malik to leave that one alone.
Oh, what judgment that was. I mean, I think it just went over the top. Now, if it did, that is a bit of good fortune for him on this pitch. It just went over the corner of the stump there. Oh, that was tremendous reaction.
Four runs, and brings up 50.
Working it a long way around there, Ramiz Raja.
Well, that was bad bowling. Trying to draw him into an offside shot, but wrong length and wrong width. That's the danger, yes. He's working leg side again, but I guess correctly, but he's really playing dangerous form of roulette here.
You see, Derek Prindle gets quite close to the stumps, and that pitch is roundabout off stake. Just missing leg stick, probably.
Full toss, and put away with a minimum of fuss.
Gooch has produced a good field setting there for Ramiz Raja, who was picking Munton off early on. He was getting away forward of square leg with lovely fluent onside strokes. Gooch has a man in short mid-wicket, and he's pushed square leg back 10-15 yards, and has another one just behind the umpire. And that's where he's taken the catch. Atherton has snapped it up. That's good cricket from Graham Gooch. He set the field well. A man either side of the square leg umpire and a man in at short mid wicket. And Munton has done the trick. That's just what he did, and it ended a super innings from Ramiz Raja. 63 in that total of 98 for 4. Was a terrific effort. Next top scorer, Salim Malik, who top scored in the first innings. He's unbeaten there on 13, and 2 more runs were added up to the close of play to take it along to that 98 for 4. And the bowling figures, Neil Mellor. Some showers forecast later on. We hope they'll keep away. We join it now with the last ball of the first over. Mallender, who's had such a good debut here at Headingley, is bowling to Salim Malik, and the score is unchanged.
Finds the gap, beautiful shot. Just lean forward, but the wrist did the work, and that sent the ball racing away to the boundary. Lovely shot from Salim Malik, and the century comes up 102 for 4. Tim Munton then to Salim Malik down the hill from the Kirkstone Lane end. Another fine drive by Salim Malik. My word, that it's so simple, so easy, so effortless. He wants to make sure he gets the right seat. Could be a fascinating day's cricket. Oh, another blazing drive. He covers extra cover this time. First time that Salim Malik has played a missed. Oh, that was the edge, and the crowd anticipated yet another catch by Graham Hick, but the ball bounced short.
It was the old half volley again to second slip. We have said in this match that they've got to be close. You've got to really try and make these. If somebody then flashes at one hard and it goes quick, it's unfortunate. You've got to try and catch it, but it's very difficult. But these are the ones you've got to try and make. The slips have got to be near enough, if possible, to just take those. Now, I think England have had, well, certainly 4 or 5 of those this match.
And the scores are level. 123 was the deficit, and Pakistan have achieved that with the loss of 4 wickets.
Change of bowling now at the football stand end. Going to be Chris Lewis, in place of Neil Malinder.
Oh, trouble. Oh, that's exactly what Pakistan don't want, but there aren't too many pairings of their 11 who look as though they run well together. And there was all sorts here, including an absence of calling, hesitation, start, go back, and that hits, that's out. That's a nice shot. Now, this is one of the signs of class about this young man. Not too many batsmen can play shots like that. It wasn't hit very hard, but it was perfectly timed, and the bat stayed straight. Derek Pringle now bowling. And that's exactly as prophesied, exactly as worked for, and it's Derek Pringle who's come on to do it and break that partnership for a dismissal that always looked on the cards, with Inzamam playing slightly always outside the line of ball. Bat pad, beautifully picked up, well bowled and well engineered dismissal. So Wasim Akram. Somewhere, Pakistan need a minimum of another 100 runs.
Really taken a brilliant catch. Lewis's ploy of coming around the wicket and producing the angle, the different angle, has worked, but the catch has not been held. That's well played. 54, Salim Malik, to go with his first innings, 82 not out. Good innings. When he hits them, they really stay hit.
Oh, that's probably out. Top edge. Ram Prakash underneath and catches it. and Wasim Akram goes. And again, the game, which seemed to be headed towards an even keel, tilted back to England. Pakistan 177 for 6.
Well, one moment of lack of self-control. And Wasim Akram, who batted very well indeed for his 17. Just one little lapse of patience there. Trying to flick this away from leg stump on the onside, gets almost a leading edge, or it slips off the leading face of the bat, lobs up in the air a long, long way, but it's a very simple catch for Mark Ramprakash.
Wicketkeeper Moin Khan. Now bowling change and Neil Mallender back. He replaces Chris Lewis. Oh, what a catch that was. Really, that's probably the best one of the match. And what a finish to the morning session for England. They've got the third wicket, and that was a brilliant catch by Graham Hick. His sixth of the match and the best.
Well, Moin Khan didn't do anything wrong here. The ball was good line and length. It bounced a little bit on him, and it's an outstanding catch. Left hand, that's his wrong hand, and he held on to it going quite quickly and down. You see here how quick it goes, and from the bat it's going down very fast, and for a big man he gets well down, Graham Hick, and look, that's right in the middle of the hand. Wasn't half in, he saw it all the way. Top class.
The completed over from Mallender, interrupted by lunch after he took the wicket of Moin Khan. Mushtaq is the new batsman. LBW, and I assume not playing a stroke. Pringle has removed Mushtaq Ahmed. Mushtaq Ahmed has removed his helmet. 205.47 becomes 206 for 8. Waqar Younis is the new batsman. Oh, stumps everywhere. That's unlike Waqar Younis. He played so well at Lord's, and that's out of character for him to play a stroke like that when what he really needed to do was stay there with Salim Malik. 213 for 9 now. And Waqar Younis bowled by Mallender for 3. And 5 wickets to Neil Mallender. No ball. Block away out to long on. Very good, quick thinking to affect the run out there. Splendid work there from Graham Hick to bring an end to the innings at 221. A wonderful effort from Salim Malik, 84 not out, to go with the 82 not out of the first innings. Double figures for Inzamam today. Wasim Akram, and then the others simply couldn't hang on. Aqib Sharvat out trying to give the strike to Salim Malik. And the figures for England: none for 55 Lewis, 5 for 50 from 23 overs and 7 maidens for Mallender, 1 for 40 Munton, and 3 for 66 Pringle, who I thought bowled pretty well again in this innings. The champion of the England bowling figures, Neil Mallender, what a good debut. And he bowled well, very accurately. Managed to make the transition from county to test level. 8 for 122 in this, his debut game in the Headingley Test. That's what he's done. He's passed some rather interesting names there. He has taken most Test wickets at Headingley on debut. Wonderful effort, and something he will certainly remember all his life, and those at the ground and watching on television will do so as well. So at the end of the third innings of this Test match at Headingley, England require 99 to win. Pakistan 197 and 221, England 320. And it's going to be Gooch and Atherton to open the innings once again. We'll join play with the third ball of the first over. Wasim Akram is the bowler. Gooch has taken strike, and England as yet have no runs on the board.
First four. Well, not much went for Wacker in the first innings for most of it, and that's just typical of the luck. If you need wickets, I just wonder, I know third slip hasn't been used in this match. That one would have been there. Sorts of excitement, and really you think that Pakistan would just need a wicket to really fire them up even more.
Good piece of fielding there by Waqar Younis, dashing in one-handed pick-up, good throw. If it had been absolutely just right, been problems. I think there were problems as it was.
One of the balls stood up there to be hit, and you see from Graham Gooch's record, he hasn't spent all those years missing balls like that. Beautiful square cut.
Too much width here gives the batsman time to crack it away. He's already on the front foot, that's right, at Headingley. There's plenty of time to rock back, no real pace in it, and the width gives him plenty of room to get those arms out.
Waqar Younis to Michael Atherton.
That's a slower ball and a big shout, and he's out. And Atherton leads with a shake of the head.
Well, it's a deliberate slower ball here. And Michael Atherton is absolutely spragged on that left foot. He gets it there too early. Hits him about shin high. The umpire had a good look, could see the line, especially with the slowness of the delivery, and it hit him, Michael Atherton, so low on the shin.
So England look at the captain, Graham Gooch. And that must be close. That must be close. A run out perhaps is on. And let's take a look at this.
Well, the only reason this can have been given not out is that it pitched outside leg stump. You look at that, it looks close enough to me.
It's in the air, he's caught him. Superb captaincy to have a man there on that shot, knowing the tendency of Robin Smith just to fall over a little bit when he starts his innings. The ball pitched up. Good, fast catch to the left, and England have lost the second wicket for 27.
Yeah, it's a very thoughtful captaincy, as Tony said, by Javed Miandad, and beautiful bowling. Put Robin Smith under a lot of pressure on the back foot, and then pitch this one up on the front foot. He just pushes at it, falling over, the head falling to the offside. And a lovely, neat catch.
So he's been promoted in the batting order. He was 18 not out in the first innings, grounded without partners. There'll be plenty of partners available today.
It's a classic. It wasn't all that bad a ball either. I think we'll see on the replay. Nothing wrong with the delivery at all. It was just a piece of class cricket. There are 3 subs on the field for Pakistan. Salim Malik has a bad knee. Aqib Javed injured his knee yesterday. He came out to bat today. And the third player is Amir Sohail.
I think it's right of Javed to give Mushtaq a couple of overs.
Well, what a shot for first ball after tea. There was a howl from the bowler. Now there's an appeal for a catch. Gower's not interested. There's a lot of acting there, which players in very quickly, cap on the ground, and really we're seeing things which make a little bit of a nonsense of Sir Colin Cowdrey's talk with the teams before the start of the match. Gower unmoved. The umpire's unmoved. The bowler certainly, that cannot be said of him.
It was a confident appeal. Oh, I don't think it's anything. It's a very confident shout.
Oh, it's never been a dull test match. That's the 50 up. England now just over halfway. Must be close. It's gone to fetch it. Now, would it have missed off stump?
Well, so look at this one again. Well, it's a matter of whether he got just outside or not there.
Gucci's a long way down, but it did hit him below the roll.
And that is out. Well, I'd love to see that again because I'd like to measure the inches. He is away from Gooch's boot. He's so close. That was the left hand of Asif Mushtaba. But again, the captain, courageous, has led the way. Just think how long he's been on the field in this test match. 37 runs out of the 99 required to win.
Watch how much ground the fielder makes. Filling it off. Pad, bat, just lobs up. Top class catch, moving in close.
That's terrific attacking cricket. Runs. Relief. 2. He's gone. He's gone. Alex Stewart's gone, and Mushtaq gets a real prize there. Alex Stewart out for 2. Well, we've talked about pressure, and this is it. In the very person walking out there, Mark Ramprakash. It'd be wonderful for him if he could see England home now, just get in and play some good shots.
Yes, my colleague Raymond Illingworth has mentioned about bowlers running down the pitch. Just outside the stump there, a lot of stud marks. They've put their boots in, worn away the surface, encourages the leg spinner to turn the ball. That one turn, and a straightforward catch for the wicket-keeper.
Four runs. It's brought some relief to England. Takes the score to 71 now. 4 wickets down. Really the first bad ball bowled by Mushtaq Ahmed.
Conference for the batsman, and a conference for the captain as well, because he has called in Waqar Younis. Everyone's heart on the field will sink at that, except for the two batsmen. Oh, well bowled. Good top spinner, but well played also. For an instant, the bowler would have thought that was through. It was zipping straight towards middle stump. And with the confidence of youth, he's flipped it away. Nicely stroked.
I see a few smiles now on the batsmen's faces. I realise that the game's going to be won by England now, but well, the score got well into the 80s before the smiles started to appear.
And those
To appear.
Those 2 runs have given England victory by 6 wickets here at Headingley in the 4th Cornhill Test match. David Gower, 31, Mark Ramprakash, 12. The crowd has rushed onto the field with ground staff are desperately trying to protect the square. A victory for England by 6 wickets. A good knock from an experienced player there from David Gower, and a heartening performance for Mark Ramprakash.
By 6 wickets.
Yes, it certainly was good for Mark Ramprakash. Even 12 runs would seem priceless to him at the moment, and he made them in good style and under pressure. Gower, his experience showed throughout there, 31 not out, 99 for 4 England, and the bowling figures for Pakistan. My word, how they tried out there. Mushtaq bowled really well for 2 for 27. Waqar Younis, 2 for 28. And Wasim Akram, no wicket for 36. The man of the match adjudicator, Fred Truman, announced that Graham Gooch would be his choice for this game. Salim Malik, I promise you, must have been very, very close.